Yo, so you're going for minus 100% military goods cost. This might seem impossible because normally you can only stack up to minus 65% from normal sources and an additional minus 20% from military assistance because you're supposed to be capped at 2 military assistance packed. As you can see in the screenshot here, you can't request military assistance if you already have 2 military assistances. But what the developers did not consider is if you sway a country for military assistance, you do not actually receive the military assistance until the war begins, and so in the meantime, you can then request military assistance again. And then if you do that twice, then you request 2 military assistance normally. Then you'll have 4 military assistances, which is minus 105% military goods cost if you stacked up the other 65%. There's another weird thing that happens in military assistance, which is you actually sway someone to get military assistance in your war declarations, not by joining their war. I don't know why this is how it works, but it just is. Now today, in order to get decent relations with the UK, I think we're going to be doing the Opium Wars cheese, where you just declare on the UK for Malaya Treaty Port Day 1, and that should just let us pretty easily avoid the Opium Wars, because they'll add this war goal, but it's not going to be primary, so we can simply back down to the play, because this is not really going to be a super sweaty China run. Of course, the reason we've chosen China is that they have this minus 15% military goods cost here, which once they're powerful is minus 20%, or minus 30%, which is very important for getting up to the minus 65%, because every other country can only stack up minus 35%. Getting 7 military assistances would be way harder. So yeah, we can just back down to play, and we lose nothing. Now, we just are going to be trying to speedrun recognition, I think, as fast as we can. It's going to be pretty useful, because we want to try to get as many military assistances as we can. There's an argument that we're supposed to stay unrecognized because then major powers can give us military assistance, but I don't think this is going to be a thing we try to do, because I think it probably makes it harder to request military assistance from people if you're unrecognized. Although it actually doesn't. Maybe we should stay unrecognized, although I don't know if it affects it with the sway, because the sway is actually different criteria than this. Yeah, it's going to make it way harder to sway someone into your war if you are not recognized, so I think we'll be trying to get recognition, because you get like minus 50 sway acceptance when they are unrecognized. So I've declared a bunch of rivalries in Southeast Asia and stuff, and we're improving relations with a bunch of the great powers, because we're going to need that in order to get military assistance from them, probably. Okay, we have 50 relations with Russia, so they're now offering us a trade agreement. We will take that. Very nice, very nice. Can we get an alliance with the Russians? Yes, we can. It's going to be pretty important so we can get recognition. We don't necessarily need it, but I think we're going to be going for it. So yeah, let's declare some interest in Anatolia so that we can liberate some stuff from the Ottomans. Maybe do Balkans and Arabia. Call Russia in. Do some liberates. Pretty close to finishing up the Opium Wars here. Okay, we're going to declare here to liberate Cyprus from the Ottoman Empire. And we'll also add liberate Iraq and Ottoman war reps. And then we'll call ally on Russia, and I guess we'll make Iraq primary. The Russians aren't pushing very fast, so we just landed the capital here. Now we're in Constantinople, so that should be the Ottomans dealt with, hopefully. Assuming that the Russians will reinforce this, because our troops are just paper, because we are having the opium debuff. Okay, we get our peace deal, and that should be recognition with Russia. Yep, indeed, we get recognition from Russia there, which is pretty nice. Now we're going to start trying to get trade agreements with all the great powers so we can get as good of relations as possible. Although we are in a huge influence shortage, so we need to pick some rivalries. So Ottomans, Netherlands. Yeah, we need a bunch of rivalries if possible. Maybe we rival GB, although they would be a really nice country to get a military assistance from. Maybe we just need the influence. Also, Spain is probably just not worth improving with, because Spain is not going to become a great power. Yeah. Our 4 will probably be 4 of USA, France, Prussia, Austria, Russia. So I think let's just rival Britain and then stop improving relations with them so that we can then create our power block now here. We'll just create a trade league, I guess, because all we really care about is trying to get to militarized industry 3 as fast as possible. Very active peasant movement. We can try to pass tenant farmers with it, I guess. That's a lot of support. That's a ton. I guess let's bolster it so we can get even more. 35%. Okay, we've only got 2 months left on the opium crisis, so by the time this war is escalated, it will be over. So we're going to declare on Argentina here for protectorate, then we'll just add some revoke claims to try and get them to back down. Just trying to get some protectorates here so we can get mandate progress a little bit faster, because we do want to get that militarized industry 3 ASAP. Just add a couple of revoke claims. Oh, did they just back down? Yep, they did. Alright, well, we get the end of addiction here. Of course, the top option, I believe, is better, especially for this run where we need influence, so we're going to be taking that option. Okay, we're now on tenant farmers. It's kind of nice. Grain prices shoot up to plus 12%. Is there any way we could, yeah, there's no way we're going to shoot up grain prices enough, right? In fact, we already have this on fig orchards and stuff, so yeah, we're not going to trigger corn law. It's not like it really matters, though. Put on Chile this time. I'm going to add some revoke claims again, of course, because backing down is simply much easier for us if they can just do that. Okay, these guys didn't back down, but hopefully Russia will invade them at some point, or once we unlock line infantry, we'll invade them. And I guess let's also go for Bolivia. Just might as well take transfer North Peru if they don't want to back down. Add a couple extra war goals to get them to back down easier. Something like this. And hopefully they'll back down. Of course, they're breaking our liberate war goals. We love that. Okay, they joined our side. Interesting. I guess we will send some troops over there then. Okay. Since our army's at irregulars, it's making it really hard to push into Bolivia, but hopefully eventually we can just run them out of manpower or something. Well, South Peru taking out of the war makes things a little bit tougher. So Prussia ended up being cautious, so we couldn't really get them. So it looks like Russia, Austria, France, and USA are going to be our four. We've got trade agreements with them all. So slowly they should start taking up to 80 relations, which is going to help out quite a bit with getting them to offer us military assistance, probably. Oh, we got our first mandate. Militarized Industry 1. So Peru-Bolivia just formed. Interesting. Something that changes the war. Very much, at least. Is Russia finally going to land Chile? This seems like this is not enough fleet for them to land. Yeah, it's not. But we're about to get line infantry. Just decided to research that while I was already tech spreading, so we're going to get it pretty quickly. So hopefully we can get that through. And once we get line infantry, we can do our own naval invasion. With like the 25 stack here or something. 7 days. Yep, okay, we get line infantry. It didn't even line, we had to go to 0 days. Incredible that we didn't have to go to 0 days. Or less than a day left is what it says. Los Rios, nail made that. Oh, we got a new mandate. Militarized Industry 2. Actually, let's just enforce mill access on Chile and Argentina here to win this war against Bolivia. While we wait for Russia to eventually research general staff, I'm just going to start spamming a bunch of naval bases here on mana wars so we can get our goods for military buildings cost to go up so we can demonstrate how much money we save from this. Actually, there is one more thing we need to do other than that. We need to get the minus military goods company. Where's that company here? Here it is. Jiangxi Munitions. It's a generic explosives and munitions company. We need 3 munitions factories in a single state or whatever. We can choose between munitions or explosives. I don't know which one we want to go for. I think it's probably going to be easier to go for explosives here. Yeah, let's just do that as our tech now, I guess. We want to go for nitroglycerin. Yeah, okay, Russia's unlocked general staff, so now we just need to get that company here of the military goods company. So yeah, nitroglycerin. Although maybe we can just get the explosive PM here and then export explosives, but that seems unlikely to better get it productive. We can try it though. Okay, we unlocked the explosives factory, so we're going to build 5 in Henan, and we're also going to build some sulfur, because I believe we need sulfur for this, yeah. We also need fertilizer, so let's build 1 fertilizer plant. And hopefully all that should be enough that we can get these guys profitable by exporting it, but I doubt it, because we don't have very good mappy, so exporting is going to be tough, but, you know, maybe you can just trick the game into giving us the productivity anyway, right? Some could say you actually need a company slot to establish companies. Actually, we're at 23% grain price. Maybe we can just trigger corn laws by doing this real quick. 24. Do this, and still 24. Okay, how about we go maintain single crop for a while. Hopefully increase grain demand, and then swap back. Okay, now we got 30% grain price, so... Get corn laws. Big nice. Okay. And just slot it back to something like this. And keep going for nitroglycerin, while we hopefully will go for a market liberal landowner here, and then get laissez-faire for a company slot. Oh, but no. Thing with laissez-faire is we have to get the buildings privatized, which is, I think, maybe too much of a risk, so let's keep going for corporate charters. We'll probably just pass interventionism or something to get more mappy with the market liberal, because we want to be able to nationalize buildings and stuff for the company. Wait, I'm a fool. Why did I start trying to pass laissez-faire? No, I was planning on passing interventionism. No. Oh, we passed interventionism, and we got the company. Okay. Can we potentially do it here? Where's the explosives company? There it is. Big nice. We got the company. Okay, now we need to try to make it productive. We've been exporting a lot of explosives. I think we might need to wait till the nitroglycerin tech to make it productive. I don't think there's a way we're going to make it productive without that. Maybe we can give it a shot. We're exporting explosives to a lot of people, though, and it's just not productive enough. How much productivity is that? Yeah, 5.3 is just not very good. We can delete some of these to get the state some infra again, but that's not going to be enough, right? Wait, why is sell orders so high? Oh, throughput from the company. Oh. So I'm gonna try to cancel all the explosive routes so that hopefully the building fires completely. Then we can recreate them, which will make it productive for at least a little bit, hopefully. Recover low balance. Balance is being taken from workforce pockets. What does that even mean? I don't know. I think that just means free money is being created. Okay, the building is mostly fired off, so we're gonna try exporting some explosives now, and we'll see if it works. I don't think it's gonna work, but maybe this is enough. I don't think so, but it's worth a try. Building is temporarily super duper high productivity, but as explosive prices drop, it's gonna drop in productivity, but maybe we make it to 100 productivity before that happens. Come on, that's the dream. Yeah, it doesn't. It's at 60 prosperity, it needed to get to 100. Unfortunate, but we'll just get nitroglycerin in a year. Okay, nitroglycerin is going to be next tick here, and there we go. Get nitroglycerin. So now if we swap up this PM, I don't know why it opened that menu. We swap up all these PMs, explosives should now be in a huge shortage, and so our explosive factory should be productive again, and hopefully get up to 100 prosperity. Unless, like, somehow we, like, start importing a bunch of explosives from people, we should keep high prices and thusly stay productive. America offers us a bankroll to join them against the Confederate States? Alright, we'll do it. We'll help support them here. Because, yeah, might as well. If America loses its territory, I don't know, that might cause them to be harder to get military assistance from, so might as well help them get it back. Oh, yeah, we got the military goods company profitable, so we should try to hire some generals to get our armed forces up to 20% clout, because we need to get this bonus here doubled. So we'll just hire some armed forces generals to try to accomplish that real quick. Alright, now they're powerful, so we can just put them in government real quick. And we can, like, fake pass pro-army or something. It took me way too long to find this modifier, given how high up it was in the modifiers list. But we can see that we're now at the cap without military assistance of minus 65%. So now we just need to get some military assistances to get this up to minus 100%. So apparently everyone that we would want to get a military assistance from considers the Confederate States of America to be a mutually hostile nation. So maybe there's a chance that we can do it now? Okay, we're gonna land in Virginia now. Put these guys on rapid advance. USA is getting kind of low on war support, but, you know, it will be fine. Uh-oh. Okay. Good. I don't know why there was only like 6 troops in that battle, but we'll take it. Well, that's not good. Neither of those battles are very good. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Go that way. Navy, go here. Okay, now can we just land, please? Yes. Okay, we're in. Nice. I'm just going to quickly disband the army so that we can actually receive military assistances. Well, unfortunately, I've tried a lot of things, and so far, Russia's the only one who wants to give it to us in a sway, and we need at least two of them that are willing to give it to us in a sway. So that's a bit of a problem. Probably just have to wait a little bit, and then hopefully we can find some sort of way. Looks like the Confederate War was not that way, though. Bro, these people need to stop providing military assistance to the most random countries in the world, please. Okay, I found a strategy. First, we need to put an interest in North Germany. We need to expel German diplomats, because we're going to be declaring to liberate Pomerania. And we should be able to sway Austria and Russia for military assistance, hopefully. Okay, if we declare here for liberate Pomerania, we should be able to sway Russia and Austria for military assistance, hopefully. Unless I've messed up and something is somehow different this time. But I don't think I did, so we'll see. Should be able to see in just a second here. Austria is the one that we're less sure about. If we click here, they do indeed want military assistance. Good. Wait, what? They didn't accept our sway yet. Okay. Now, offer Russia the same thing. Yes, this is them giving us military assistance, not the other way around. Which, of course, you can tell by the fact we have no army power projection, so of course it's that way. Okay, this is try 5 of trying to get the British, or trying to get the Americans to accept our military assistance request. Oh, okay, it worked out this time. That's exactly the average amount of tries. Nice. Now, the nice thing about using an obligation is it means that America can't break this pact for 10 years. Okay, this is my 4th try, I think, of getting France to accept. Oh, that harvest condition made me think that they accepted. Okay, they did accept as well. Nice. So, now, just wait for this Diplo play to begin, and we should hit minus 100% military goods cost. And we'll have it for 10 years, because all these military assistances, well, not quite 10, but almost 10 years. We'll have it till, the earliest one was this one, so we'll have it till the 17th of August, 1872, and it will begin in, like, November. Okay, the war is about to begin, and now we can see these guys are militarily assisting us for 10 years as well. Very nice, very nice. So we've now got 4 military assistances, which should mean, if you look for our modifier in here, it should be a little bit further down here. Wait, what? What do you mean minus 75%? Wait, what? Oh, we don't have the armed forces modifier. Oops. Okay, let's go hire some more generals real quick, and then make them happy. Okay, they're now powerful, so let's put them in government now. And what do you mean? Oh, we need to wait for a little bit. Dedicated police force should be plus 10. Yep, okay. Now if we look at the modifier, we should have minus 105% military goods cost, which unfortunately does not mean that you get free money. Wait, we're still paying for military? No, we're not. What? Okay, there we go. Now we're paying 0 for military goods. Now let's raise all these conscripts and see our military goods cost just not happen, you know? That seems like a pretty cool idea. I shall fill the queue. Oh, we don't actually have many more, spaces for these. Okay, well that's unfortunate. We can't really build more of those. So, yeah. Well, I guess we're going to be ending off the video soon here anyway. Just want to show off. We can just run infinite military goods, and what's money? We don't lose that. Why would we lose money for military goods? Yeah, goodbye. That's the end of the video.